Hi, this is Daniel Scranton, and I'm going to channel for you tonight. I'm going to answer a question that my lovely assistant Svetlana will ask as soon as I get into the channeling state. So here I go. Nunca. Nunca. Okay. Nikana nuka, 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 nuka. Okay. Okay. Luca. Okay. We are here for you.
So, as humans, we experience our reality through individualized egos and personalities.
Yes.
And how does the concept of individual personality work in the higher dimensions? And is there an existence where unique individuality is no longer experienced?
Well, yes, in answer to the final piece of the question. Yes, there is that experience because all experience is not only possible but happening somewhere. So the idea of individuality experienced in the higher realms is something like the idea of knowing yourself as being so connected to everyone and everything that you hardly even think about yourself as being individual or separate, but as a point of consciousness, you do still have a perspective that is your own. You simply don't think of yourself as being separate, but you still have the knowing of yourself as a consciousness. And other beings who are also existing in the higher realm with you get to have their own perspective, their own consciousness, while at the same time never thinking of themselves as being in any way separate from you or better than or less than, but simply different sides of the same object. So that is one way to think about it. If you think about a cube, for instance, and you are a cube, but each cube has different sides, and those sides are different. They are not the same, and so that is how you experience yourself as the cube and as one side of the cube. So you could be the side that is looking up, or you could be the side that is face down. And those are different experiences. But it is still the cube as a whole that has the experience. So did that answer that question?
Yeah, thank you.
Luca.
So is there always a conscious choice by which, by creation, to perceive reality through a specific personality?
Yes, there is not only a choice, but there are these are highly calculated choices. These are choices that you make because you want to have a very specific experience. And so to give yourself the opportunity to have a very specific experience, you will make a very specific selection of what lifetime you want to move into next. So you simply are projecting yourself into a lifetime that already exists for the fun of it, for the opportunity to know yourself in that specific way. So that is why you would choose a certain body and a certain planet and a certain time frame and so on, because you are able then to have that particular experience, and you do have the choice of many different experiences that you could have, and you are never assigned an experience. It is always a choice.
Can unique personality be birthed without conscious choice?
No. No, and we will also say yes at the same time, because everything is a choice, but from a certain perspective it may seem as if the consciousness was not actually doing the choosing. But if you think from the broader perspective of all beings as source energy, for all beings that exist as a type of consciousness are also the totality of that which is source energy. And so on some level it is always source energy making the choice. And since you are all source energy, then you are the one making the choice. But to give yourself the experience of not having the choice, then you may project yourself into that type of experience. But then again, as we have already said, on some level, that is a choice.
And how can we understand personality as physical, individualized beings in comparison to different forms of personality in higher dimensional existence?
How can you understand the comparison between
personality,
yes,
and different forms of personality in higher dimensional existence?
Well, our question then would be, what is the need for comparison? If you wish to understand what it is like to be a personality in a higher dimension, then simply imagine what that might be like for you, and know that on some level you are experiencing yourself in that way. But to try to compare yourself and your experience to an experience that you are unable to comprehend from where it is you sit can be somewhat baffling to your minds, because you were created to be in this reality, and you wished to be in this reality and to experience the limitations of this reality. And so it is quite difficult for you then to project yourself into this other reality and to experience what that would be like, because you can only experience what that would be like through the filter of who you are in this reality. So our suggestion is for you to ask to have the experience of that while you are sleeping, and to bring that information back with you so that when you wake up you will know what it is like to have that experience of the personality in the higher realms.
So is it correctly understood that the version of me who is here is different than the version of me in other realms? And how would I know what the version of me in other realms is like?
Yes, you are different because you want variety of experience. It is important and necessary to have your unique experience just as you are, and for your self, your true self, to also have an experience of an entirely different version of you. And that is why the two versions exist. And really, all we can say to you about that is that, first of all, it is wonderful that you are asking a question like this, because to know yourself in as many different ways as possible is one of your oversoul's intentions for itself. And so by you posing such a question, you are showing that you also have that intention, which puts you in alignment with your oversoul's intention to have a variety of different experiences. And so we will take you back to our cube analogy, and simply to think of yourself as the cube, that you are the version that is facing east, and you also are the version that is facing west. And you can imagine what it is like to be that version of yourself, because it is really all about the one, and the one gets to have as many different experiences, and therefore as many different versions of itself as it can possibly imagine. So we would simply, again, suggest to you that you use your imagination and that you ask for an experience while you are in your sleep state, so that you can then know the experience in an experiential way, rather than us trying to tell you what it is like.
Thank you.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your curiosity, and we bid you a fond farewell.